Voices of Africa, bringing news and views. Africa Wide Open TV. Voices of Africa, bringing news and views.
Ndugu mtazamaji, karibu katika kipindi cha One on One kimeletwa kwenu na Salome Yusuf Kindamba. Siku ya leo tunaye mgeni ajulikanaye kwa jina la Mama C. Kwa maelezo kidogo atatupa. Karibu.
Asante dada. I'm so happy to be here today. Yes, and I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. Okay. Charlotte Hill O'Neal is my given name, aka Mama C is my arts name. And I was born in Kansas City, Kansas in 1951, a long time ago, huh? But I've been here in Tanzania with my husband, Pete O'Neal, since 1972 in Tanzania. And I love it here. You know, I'm looking around at the avocados hanging in the trees and all the flowers. This is paradise, sister.
Okay,
yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Mama C, we heard something about you from America to Africa. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, it has been a journey, a blessed, beautiful, exciting journey. There's never been a dull moment. My husband and I were both Black Panthers, and that was a community organization in the States, in so many cities in America. And because of the different political oppression that was happening and police brutality and the leaders were targeted, and my husband was a leader in Kansas City, we decided to leave. We thought that we would be back in 2 years, like Kinikumbe. It was 20 years before I came back, and my husband has never been back, never set foot on American soil. So that's how we ended up in Tanzania. That's a very, very short history of it, you know. I'd like to say why we chose Tanzania. Can I tell you that? Okay. You know, President Julius Nyerere is a hero to so many Africans in the diaspora, including to us. And we loved his socialist policies and the whole vibe of Tanzania. And there was a large community of Africans living here from the diaspora in the 70s. They urged us to come from where we were living in Algeria. It was the best move we've ever made in our lives. Africa Wide Open TV.
We understand that Tanzania was not your first stop, but it seems like you're going to stay here forever, is it?
Oh, yes.
For reasons. Why?
Because we love it here, because we are so much a part of the community here, you know, because we feel our blessings and our creativity here also. We lived in Algeria first, before we came to Tanzania. Algeria is in North Africa. But when we found out about Tanzania, we thought it best to come here.
And why did you select Arusha and not other places?
Yes,
like Jerusalem, there.
Right. Well, when we first landed in Tanzania, we did live in Dar es Salaam for a year and a half. But Brother Pete, my husband, was sick all the time, and we didn't know why. So he found out about a farm in Ngaramtoni, which is around 30 miles from here. And so we were able to come here in Ngaramtoni, and that's where we first started to learn to be farmers. I used to love to see the calluses in my hands, milking cows twice a day, raising thousands of chickens, all of that. But then we were renting there, right? And we found out about this shamba. It was just wide open space. It was just a few trees and bushes, and we said, this is where we want to settle. This is the land that we want to develop. And that's in Arusha, here in Mbasani village. And Ngaramtoni is also in Arusha, but it's in a different part.
Why is it you decide to be in a Meru slope and not other places? Is it because of the conditions or what?
because this was the land that was available. We knew nothing about this area, but a friend of ours, Mr. Lizer, he had just moved into this area maybe a year before, and he told us, hey, you all might enjoy it here also. And in those days, there were hardly any people here. There weren't a lot of people here, but now you can see it's Imebana Kidogo, it's more people here now.
Yeah.
But we loved the Wameru people were so welcoming to us. They welcomed us with open arms. It was a hardship at first though, sister, because we didn't have running water. We didn't have electricity. We didn't have any of that. All these buildings that you see, none of that was here. That building there is the first building that we built, and that was our home. We shared it with our 2 children who were also born in Africa. And we haven't stopped building since. You know how some people, when they save up a little money, they might go on vacation or do this or do that. When we would save a little money, we would buy a bag of cement.
Okay, Mama C. Speaking of UAACC, briefly, can you explain what is that? What happened to it?
Yes.
How does it work?
Yes, and it does work. That's the key. United African Alliance Community Center. And our motto is sharing knowledge for community development. And the work that we do here, the community upliftment, the community empowerment, giving young people an opportunity, kicking open some doors of opportunity, letting them realize their creativity, and then they can just march on. That's what we do, sister. And that's actually a reflection of the community service that we did as Black Panthers. And that heritage I am so proud of. Yeah, so it does work. It works because UAACC is an integral part of not only the Mbasani community, not only the Arusha community, but of the global community. People come from all over the world to witness what is happening here. My husband always says, it's like we're living socialism, or this is a micronism of socialism. And it is. It is. There's no bosses here or anything like that. We're all a family. And I think this is a good example for people all over the world.
Why did you decide to introduce in Tanzania and not other countries?
It's because this is our home turf. And we believe that when you're in a community, you got to bring something to the table. But let me tell you how it actually got started. Because, like I said, we were homesteading. We were real pioneers, windmills, and methane generation and raising chickens and cows and pigs too, and all of that, right? But we were very innovative farmers, and people would see the different things we were doing, the different techniques of brick making, because we used Simvaram, different designs we were doing, and they started sending their young people to apprentice with us, to learn from us. And it became more and more and more young people. And after a while, we said, we better get more organized with this. And that is how UAACC was born. But our first center was on the road there in Majiachai. But
so
then again, we don't have it there now, but we had it right there. The building is still
had
there.
Before this one.
Yes, but it became kind of cumbersome to go there every day and back. We said, why don't we start it here? And the first building that we built was the computer lab. We didn't have internet then, but we wanted to expose the young people to computers,
And it's all for kids, or for
it is
other people can use it?
Yes, it's for kids, it's for teenagers, it's even for elders, it's for teachers in our community, And we have classes in it. We have all kind of classes. We have English classes. Why? Because people in our community requested that they learn English here, because I mean that's the second language here in Tanzania. We have art classes, music production, fashion. I'm sure you'd be good in fashions. Fashions, yoga.
You do yoga here?
Yes, we do yoga here. Sports, building construction, all kind, video making, studio production, all of that. You know, and we put an emphasis on the arts because myself as an artist, I understand that you get power from that, from considering yourself an artist and from the community recognizing that you're an artist. I've seen youth who are so shy, when they start picking up a mic or picking up a paintbrush, you can see them just walk proud. Africa Wide Open TV.
Okay, Mama Sid, you have been saying about African progress that you have seen. Can you tell us the events that symbolize the progress?
I don't know if I can actually say events, but I can say a mindset. A certain mindset, a certain way of thinking that has really gone across the continent. And one of the main things that I myself personally like is the fact that women are looked at in a different light now. Women are able to be politicians, presidents, doctors, lawyers, where a few years ago, relatively few years ago, you didn't have that. Of course, they had no chance. And then there are children's rights. There's a whole different mindset on that also. So maybe I wouldn't say events, really, but mindsets. And also the fact that more and more young people are looking at issues such as letting people choose their own gender.
Make decisions like?
Musicians, yes, but you know there's so much what is called homophobia, where people are afraid if someone's gay or something like that. Well, the mindset is changing about that also, you know, where people have more freedom to express their sexuality, and things like that, you know. And yes, as far as music and entertainment, and where everyone's free now, generally, to do their thing. And so, I think that is good.
It's not about events or anything. It's all about mindset change.
Well, of course, there's been conferences, you know, conferences on dealing with racism, conferences on what can we do to change the environment, conferences on this and on that. But to me, it all boils down to how you think about the rest of the world and how you think about yourself and your community and how you feel you can change things. To me, it starts, you know, back in the day, we thought the revolution was going to be like, blast, something that was going to happen almost overnight. But with age and maturity and really thinking about it, we feel now that it's going to happen person by person, family by family, community by community. And that is why there has to be a liberation, a revolution in how we think about ourselves and about the rest of the world. Africa Wide Open TV.